Make sure to like and subscribe to the channel.
Hey guys, my name is Christian Batuli. Welcome to my YouTube channel. As always, it's a pleasure being here with you guys once again, talking and sharing ideas. I've said this plenty of times before in the past. Recording days are my favorite days because I get to come in here, make videos to inspire you guys, motivate you guys, encourage you guys to go out there and self improve. And just to be clear, everything that I talk about in my videos is actually things that I try to do myself. If it works out for me, I will come share with you guys. If it doesn't work, then I will also come and share to you guys as to why perhaps you shouldn't try it. So in a way, it makes me feel really good because we are learning together, we are growing together, and that makes me really happy. And I'm not perfect. Some of the things that I talk about, I've tried it and I've felt miserably. So I'm not even gonna come out here and pretend like I know it all. No, I'm still learning this beautiful thing called life. But I just love the fact that I can come and trying to build a community of people, who think as me, of people who view things as me. And it's okay to disagree. That's totally fine. We don't always have to agree with one another, but it's just good to have that community. And before I can jump into today's topic, I just wanted to thank all my return subscribers. You guys have been amazing. Thank you so much for your support. And plus, YouTube have been telling me that I've been getting a lot of unique views. So that usually means somebody has been watching. Perhaps they have not subscribed to the channel, but there's someone out there who has been watching, and that makes me really happy. So if you happen to be one of those person, I just want to say thank you for your support. Really means a lot. Let's not waste any more time. Let's dive into today's conversation. All right, guys. So today I wanted to talk about why you shouldn't care whether people like you or not, and why you shouldn't even bother to make people like you. A part of me understands why a lot of us want to make people like us, why a lot of us want to make people see us in a different light, because in a way it is part of our nature. It's in our nature to want to interact with other people. It's in our nature to want to be sociable. It's in our nature to want to make connection with other people, because if we're being honest, like, we all depend on each other. Literally every job that each one of us do is specifically designed to help one another, is designed to keep the world afloat, to keep all of us afloat, and to keep all of us functioning. It doesn't matter what kind of job you do, whether you're a janitor, a doctor, or a teacher, you are playing a crucial role, because nobody makes it on their own. Nobody makes it on their own. I don't care if you're LeBron James, if you are Lionel Messi, if you are Mary J. Blige. Nobody makes it on their own. And me naming those people does not mean that I'm trying to discredit their work, because I know the level that they got. It's not easy. Not everybody can do it. They had the talent, they work hard, and they stay consistent. But we also can't neglect the fact that there were people along the way who helped them get to those positions. For example, LeBron James had his mom. His mom provided a strong foundation, in order for him to thrive. He had his uncles. Perhaps they guided him the right way. He had his basketball coaches. He had NBA scouts who were wise enough to spot his talent early on in order to give him an opportunity. And then you have an NBA, which provided the platform in which it was able to showcase his abilities, his talent. So, in a way, all of us are connected, and nobody makes it without somebody's help. Even at this point of your life, like, if you're watching this video, you're alive right now. It doesn't matter how old you are, somebody played a role to help you get to this particular time. I'm 31 years old, so I can't really sit here and say I did it by myself. I had a lot of help along the way. That's why it makes me so mad when I hear people say, I don't need anybody, I can do it on my own. Like, that's a false statement. That is not true at all, because we all need somebody. And I would love to have the opportunity to talk to those people and ask them these questions. So, did you deliver yourself when you came in this world? Or was it a doctor who helped bring you to this world? When you're a baby, did you bathe yourself? Did you feed yourself? Did you provide a roof over your head? No, somebody had to do that. Somebody had to take care of you. Even the things that you know now, somebody had to teach you those things. You know what I mean? So when people go out there and make statements like that, it just makes me so mad. Even when you go to the store and you're buying vegetable or meat, whatever that you like to eat, there are people behind the scene that are doing, work, that are working extremely hard in order for you to have the ability to go to the store and buy food to stay alive. And even if you were all that, even if you were able to self educate yourself, even if you were able to heal yourself when you got sick, even if you were able to deliver yourself by birth without a doctor, without nobody, it's still not enough because life is just too big and nobody knows it all. You can do a lot of things, but there's going to be few things that you're not going to know, and you're going to rely on somebody else to teach you that. You're going to rely on somebody else's expertise, to help you understand this kind of stuff. Nobody can be a doctor, a lawyer, a janitor, a plumber. No, there's just too many stuff. Like nobody has time and nobody's able to master all those skills. So you're always going to want to reach out to certain people that are knowledgeable about certain things that you don't know. So in a way we are connected, in a way we need each other, in a way we depend on each other. We're not solitary or self-sufficient animals like tigers or leopards or grizzly bears. No, all of us needs help. But unfortunately, if we are not careful, the need for us to want to make people like us can become a double edged sword because the world is just too big to trying to make everybody like you. Like, I understand you want to make connections, but you also have to live in reality. The truth is, no matter how much good you do in the world, you're going to have people that's going to like you. You're also going to have people that's not going to like you. You're going to have people that's going to understand you. You're also going to have people that's not going to understand you. You're going to have people that's going to support you. You're also going to have people that's not going to support you. For me, even when I make these YouTube videos, like, I'm not expecting people to like my videos. Not everybody. Like, I know there's going to be some people that are going to like my videos. They're going to perhaps like my personality. They might perhaps like my accent, whatever it is. They might at least connect with me in some different level. Just like I'm also gonna have haters, people that's not gonna like my videos, people that's probably gonna think maybe my videos are whack and they don't connect at all. And it's okay. There's gonna be haters. There's gonna be people that's gonna oppose you, and that is just part of life. But the people that support me, the people that like me, the people that are willing to go above and beyond for me, those are the people that I work for. So if you're watching me right now and you seem to be somewhat interested in my videos, I make these videos for you guys. I couldn't care less about haters. I don't care because I know you can't make people happy. Yes, I like to make connection with everybody. Yes, I want people to like me, but also know reality does not work that way. Not everybody's gonna like you. That's it. Some people will just want to see you lose. If we're being honest, I remember when Floyd Mayweather was toward the end of his career and he was trying to reach that record, 50 and 0. I know a lot of my friends wanted to literally pay for fights just to see him lose, just so he cannot be able to accomplish that milestone. They wanted him to be 49 and 1. But for me on the other side, like, I actually love Floyd Mayweather because as a boxer, he's probably one of the most skillful boxer that I've ever seen. He's a true genius. He has mastered the art of boxing, and a lot of people just don't want to give him credit. A lot of people wanted him to lose, but I'm so glad he didn't give them what they wanted. He went 50 and 0, like you should. So you gotta understand that. And just to share a little story with you guys, obviously it should come as a no surprise that I am African. I'm from Congo, DRC. I moved in the States in middle school. And I remember when I first moved out here in America, it was really hard to kind of like connect with people because I'm moving to this new country, new language, new culture, new way of life. And it was just really hard to make friends. And I remember talking to my dad, and my dad was like, hey, if you want to understand the culture, you want to understand the way of life, maybe start to have a little bit of American friends. I had African friends, yes, that was a given because we all come from the same place. But my dad also stressed the importance of also having American friends, so that way I can have a well balanced life. And I trying to do that, but I was so young, I didn't know how to go about it. So I started to go out of my way to try to make friends. I started to, you know, go above and beyond for people that I should have done. You know what I mean? Just because I wanted to make friends with them, just because I wanted them to like me, just because I wanted them to think that I'm cool, this cool African kid. But as I gotten older, as time went on, I realized it's impossible. Not everybody's gonna like you. It is what it is. Not every girl is gonna like you. Not every guy's gonna like you. Not every teacher is gonna like you. And the one thing that I learned throughout that experience is the fact that if someone's attitude towards you is negative, is not great, no matter what you do, it does not matter. They're not gonna think you're enough. They're not gonna appreciate you, and they're not going to like you. It is what it is. Everything starts with someone's attitude towards you. And just to define what attitude is an organization of psychological process which can be revealed in individuals' behavior. In a way, how you feel about somebody. For example, let's just say you're at a bar and you see two guys get into a fist fight. I think it's fair enough to say those two guys are displaying negative attitudes towards one another. Just like if you drop past a school and you see two schoolboys get into a fist fight in a schoolyard, you're more likely to say that those two boys are displaying negative attitudes towards each other. And when I say attitudes, like I don't want you just to look at it in one way. We all have different attitudes on different people, on different things, on different events. I can have a good positive attitude on this one thing and then have a negative attitude on another thing. So it varies. But what I'm just trying to focus on this video is the fact that if someone has a negative attitude towards you, unless you're able to change that, nothing else matter. You will literally go nowhere. So that's why it's always better to do you. Don't even worry if people like you or not. Live your life. The people that's gonna rock with you, they're gonna rock with you. And like I said, everything starts with someone's attitude towards you. The best way to look at it is attitude change leads to opinion change. Opinion change leads to perception change. Perception change leads to affect change. And affect change leads to action change. Now, I'm going to break it down into something more digestible. Let me use an example here. So let's just say you meet a pretty girl that you really like. Maybe you've been trying to get at her for a while and she finally decided to give you a shot. You guys exchanged numbers and she agreed to go on a date with you. So that first part, the fact that she gave you her number, the fact that she texted you back, the fact that she agreed to go on a date with you, that shows that she has a positive attitude towards you. Because when you don't have a positive attitude towards somebody, you're not even going to want to hang out with them. You're not going to want to seek their advice. You're not going to want to share a meal with them. You know what I mean? Is that always the case? No, because life is very complex. But for the most part, when someone has a negative attitude towards you, they're not going to be best friends with you. But let's get back to the point. So she agreed to go on a date with you. Yes. And then you guys go on a date. You had a great time. It seems like you guys were vibing. It seems like she was really enjoying herself. You made her laugh and all that good stuff. Toward the end of the night, you guys hug it out. It was just a magical night. And then you left with the impression that you left a good impression on her. Now, what do you think Her opinion of you will be the next day when her girlfriends ask how the day went. She's more likely to say something positive about you. Her opinion of you is more likely to be positive. Like she may say something like you were funny, or attentive, um, you took it to the best restaurant, you guys were vibing, you guys understood each other. So that's her opinion change. Because not only it started with a positive attitude towards you, but the fact that everything went so smooth on the first day, her opinion as a result of that changes to something positive as well. So what do you think her perception of you will be? She's more likely to say, "Man, this guy's a great guy. He treated me very well. He's very mature. He's very attentive." And then what do you think after the perception change will lead to? Affect change. And when I say affect change can happen in three ways. It can happen psychologically, emotionally, and physically. So psychologically, she could be thinking of you. She could be looking forward to your text. Like she's literally sitting by her phone because she just can't wait to talk to you. She's constantly thinking about you. She's wondering what you're doing. If you're thinking about her, emotional change might be something like she might start developing feelings for you. She might be like, you know what? Yeah, this guy's not bad, man. Like, I actually kind of like him. And then physical change, that's something that happens subconsciously. When it comes to affect change, the physical aspect of it, it's subconsciously. It's like, when a girl likes you, how they be playing with their hair, playing, maybe touching their necklace or something like that, or willy locking when you're saying something, or laugh at your jokes even when you're not funny. You know what I mean? Like I know my lady did it. She was laughing at my jokes, but I was like, man, I was not that funny, but it is what it is. And by her having that positive effect change will lead to action change. And action change is something that you can observe, something that you can notice, something physical, something in the real world. It could be like she might agree to go on another date with you. She might agree to go Netflix and chill with you. And we all know Netflix and chill, man. At 2 a.m. in the morning, nobody's watching Netflix, man. Let's be honest about that. And I just think it's funny how guys were trying to be smooth about it. I think the ladies know. They know. 2 a.m., you want to invite me to come watch a movie at your house where the light is dim. Come on, man. I'm not even going to go there. And another way action change might look like might be you may leaning for a kiss and she actually kisses you back. Let me try a different example. Let's use someone who's racist, someone who already has a negative attitude toward a certain group of people. So, what do you think their opinion is going to be? Their opinion is more likely to be negative. They might say, oh, this group of people are loud, ghetto, obnoxious, they're not trustworthy. Now, they may not say it in front of those people, but when they're all behind closed door hanging out with people who share similar thoughts, they might just say it. And what do you think of a perception of that person who is racist will be like toward a certain group that they don't like? Perhaps they're lazy, they complain, they're criminals, and what do you think the effect change will be like? Maybe in their head or how they really feel is, I don't want to live in the same neighborhood as these people. I don't want these people to date my daughter. I don't want to work in the same place or share the same workspace with these people. I don't think they should be in this country, and sometimes like you come across some of those people, you can just feel the energy. It's like they're crawling out of their skin, man. Like I live in a very interesting area. Like I'm not gonna bash it because there are really good people here as well. But I've experienced that where it's just like those people are just oozing of hate. They're just oozing of it. Like they can't help it. They can't even be in the same room as me. And that is just it is what it is. So that's what affect change might look like for those people. And what do you think the action change for those people might look like? guess what? They might go vote for a candidate who's promising to give them exactly what they want. They might go vote for someone who had spoken badly about a certain group of people, who's racist like them. They might, um, what's a good example? They might go support or back someone who had committed a heinous crime, toward people of certain group. So once again, everything starts with an attitude change. So if someone has a positive attitude towards you, it's a great place to start. If someone, excuse me, has a negative attitude towards you, then you may have to do some work, because attitude leads to opinion change, leads to perception change, leads to affect change, and leads to action change. Now, everything that I talk about today is a black and white? No, because life is not black and white. There's always variables. Life is very complex. So what I'm telling you now, I don't want you to just view it as black and white, because life is not like that. But if you really pay attention to someone's attitude towards you, and then you pay attention to their action, which is the last step, something that you can observe will tell you everything about them. Just like you can meet someone who has a negative attitude towards you, but when people are around, they speak highly of you. And I also want to make it clear the last step, which is action change. I don't want you to confuse it with verbal change or emotional change. Action change has to be something that you can observe. That's why people say talking is cheap, action is everything. Verbal change, it's not always right. Like, it's easier to get an alcoholic to admit that they're going to stop drinking than for them to actually stop drinking. It is so much easier to get someone to say things that they don't mean while they are caught up in the heat of a moment. So always pay attention to action change. Someone is action, you know. And I just want to leave you guys with this. Like, the one thing that will hurt is, someone for a long time and you think they like you, and then you find out that they actually don't like you and they betray you. That's the one thing that really hurts. But if you pay attention to people's attitude and you pay attention to their action, then you'll be better off for that. And just a little tip for guys, people that are dating. I've been off the game for like 8 years. But if you're a guy and you meet a girl, right, and you guys are vibing and you want to ask for a number, do not ask for a number. Give her your phone number and ask her to, maybe text you the next day. The reason why I always recommend guys to do that, because it will reveal the woman's attitude towards you. Because a lot of girls, they will give you their numbers and they won't even text you back when you text them. When you give a girl a number and she texts you the next day or the day after, that's a great place to start. So just a little tip you may want to use. And also another tip that I want to share with you guys, the older someone is, the harder it is to change their attitude towards something. Yes, they might agree with what you say just so you can get off their back, but it does not mean they're always going to change their attitude. So pay attention to that. Once again, do you live your life, man? Life is too short to try to please everybody. So stop trying to make people like you. All right, guys, that's it for me today. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you next time. Ciao.